Hey, welcome into the channel, everyone. It's Michael Tharp, EDU. It starts with you. Hope you guys are all having a awesome Monday, February 5th, 2024. I'm going to be trying to do, just some quick lives to really help encourage people, get them in the right positive mindset, and really just hopefully you guys will have an awesome week because of it. So today I was reading a book and I just really wanted to share, kind of the lesson that I got from it and really have you guys ask the question is, do you love yourself enough? And sometimes is that seen as a bad thing in our current environment or the way that we were raised? So I'm going to be reading just a passage from a book I've been reading called Transurfing in 78 Days, a practical course to creating your own reality. And, I just see people in this current society and culture really struggling with self love. We have a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of people who don't believe that they deserve good things to happen to them. And yeah, if you guys are on, feel free to drop something, give me your thoughts, your input. Good morning to you as well. And, this really just kind of hit me hard today. And I thought some people might need to hear it as well. If you don't love yourself, no one else will. And what's more, you will never be happy. Any conflict between the heart and mind reflects negatively on a person's appearance and character. And I find that so, I see that so many times of if people are struggling with themselves, oftentimes they're going to struggle in other areas. They're going to kind of be negative. They're not fun to be around. You don't want to be around them because they can't love themselves. Or, they always do those trauma dumps where I'll see the same person go from one group to another. And it's like they just want to trauma dump on people. And it's almost like they're hoping to bring those people down with them. Because as they say, misery loves company. Correspondingly, the shades of your personal world will turn even darker. So those people who continually focus and reflect and meditate on those negative things in their life, typically things will get darker. Above all, love yourself and only then pay attention to the positive qualities of others. And I love that it's focusing on you loving yourself first. Um, I made a comment on my post today about this, and at least the way that I grew up and was taught, it almost like I was almost taught not to love myself, right? That you're like being prideful, you're putting yourself on a pedestal. I'm not saying to say you're better than other people, but I think oftentimes, we sometimes give that out to people that you shouldn't be loving yourself, that it's some sort of like a prideful sin to do so. Um, and then I love that second part there is only paying attention to the uh, good qualities, the positive qualities of people. Okay, if there's people in your life that for whatever reason they're negative or there's certain character traits that you don't like about them, don't dwell on those things. Okay, think about the positive thing about them because the how you think about that person is how you're going to view them. So if this person, whatever their character quality is that you don't like, don't think about those things. Try to find something good. And if there isn't something good, then I would get them out of your life as quickly as possible. It is important to feel and understand the following. Pendulums force you to change and turn away from your heart and follow the rule that states they are better than you. So do what they do, be like them, take your place in the matrix, be nothing more than a cog. So that part really spoke to me because obviously it mentions the matrix, which we talk about all the time. But I just want to read that over again because I want to make sure you guys grasp it. It is important to feel and understand the following. Pendulums force you to change, to turn away from your heart and follow the rule that states they are better than you. So do what they do, be like them, take your place in the matrix, be nothing more than a cog. Go along to get along, follow the sheeple, follow the herd, do what everyone else is doing. Okay, that's not going to bring you happiness. In fact, it kind of kills your inner child, your just your inner peace because you're not being true to yourself, because you think I have to change who I am to, get along in the matrix. Go inside, accept yourself as you really are, and assert the right to be right. Then you will have something of which you can be proud and a reason to respect yourself. So, there's a big difference between loving yourself and being prideful. And I think oftentimes too many people think, I don't want to have too high of a view of myself because then people might think I'm too cocky or I'm prideful. And I just want you guys to get that out of your head. Okay. Very few people in this world are probably at that level. If they are, they're probably, some superstars or whatever. But if you're just an average, ordinary person, the chances of you loving yourself too much are probably very slim. Now, I like this book because it gives you a principle. So that's what I just read. That was the principle of the book. All right. And now this is the interpretation. Once a person has gone a long way down the road of conforming to other people's standards, it is difficult for them to start suddenly loving themselves. That makes so much sense to me, right? Because you have suppressed who you are. So if you're not being you and authentic and genuine, and you're conforming to the society or culture that we live in, how can you love yourself? Because you're not being yourself. How can I love myself if I don't even like myself? This is the pure excess potential born of inflated inner and outer importance. It is outer importance that you perceive someone else's standards as the epitome of perfection. Are you not perhaps valuing other people's qualities too highly? Inner importance is present in forcing yourself to follow other people's standards. Who says that you are any less worthy than they are? Is your self-esteem perhaps a little too low? To love yourself, kick outer importance off the pedestal and give up the idol worship. So I love that part there, to kick out that outer importance, the pressure to conform, to be like everyone else. Kick that out. It doesn't serve you. Who is stopping you from setting your own standards? Let others chase after you instead. Drop your own inner importance and let yourself go. Give yourself the luxury of having shortcomings and focus your attention on your strengths. And that last part there, I think so many people need to hear this today, is that we're all going to have shortcomings. Okay. The point is to not dwell on them, right? Accept that. It's a luxury. We're not all going to be good at everything, but instead focus on your strengths, right? And another just kind of tip that I've learned this week or last week, is too many people are obsessed with perfection. They're scared to take a little step. They're scared to get started because, well, what if I don't do as well as I want to or get as far as I want to go? That's fine. All right. The point is to always take that first step, to make some progress, even if it's small, even if it's not as good as you want it to be. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, well, what's something like the Bible say about this? Okay. And I think even this verse, I guess I had never really looked at it through this lens. So Mark 12:31, and the second is like, namely this. I believe they're asking Jesus, like, what's the greatest commandment? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. So even God, Jesus, isn't saying, well, no, you have to love others more than you love yourself. No, he's saying you should already be loving yourself because you're a child of God in his image, whatever you want to put in there. But then also, you should love others as much as you love yourself. So you can kind of view that in two ways, right? Is the first commandment is you have to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, how are you going to go out and love others the way that Christ loves us? So I think a lot of times we miss that, right? At least I did when I was growing up, going through different churches, schools, and whatnot, is they spent very little time about loving yourself. This was more, well, love others. Okay. Yes, that's important to do. But if you notice, a lot of the people who have trouble loving themselves are often very sad or bitter or angry towards other people. Of course, because unless you love yourself first, you're not going to be able to love others. So that's really just what I wanted to leave with you guys today, is make sure you're focusing on loving yourself first. Once you do that and you're not, going along to get along, following the herd, and you are your true authentic self, then you will have that happiness, that joy, that abundance, that gratitude, to where you can then, show that love to others, live a better life, have, just better overall health. So appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have an awesome Monday, and we will definitely talk to you guys soon. If you got any value, want to leave any other comments, feel free to, but we'll talk to you guys soon.